Hello, friends. We are back for another day of social studies. And like I said yesterday, we are going to talk about how to meet our needs in different places. So, if you remember the three different types of needs we talked about yesterday: food, clothing, and shelter. And we need all three of these things in our lives in order to make us safe and healthy. So, today we are going to talk again about what you might need in different places around the world where people can live. We are going to be looking at four different locations. Ooh, this one with the trees looks a little tropical. This one down in the left corner looks like a desert where it might be really warm. The one over here with the ice and the snow and the water looks chilly. And then the other corner, oh, looks like it has a combination and the temperatures might change throughout the seasons and throughout the days. So we are going to talk about different places, needs, and where they are. First thing is we're going to look at this picture. I see some trees, grass, flowers, mountains or hills in the back with snow on them, and some clouds in the sky. So I'm going to think about what could someone's needs be in this place? What might the weather be like here? It looks sunny today. Maybe it rains. Maybe it snows. Maybe it can get pretty chilly. What types of plants and animals might be here? If we look at these rolling hills with the grass, we're going to think about animals that like to roam, maybe some animals that like to live in the forest, and maybe some animals that like to live up here in these snow covered mountains. What do you think you can guess about this place? What do you think people might do for clothing, food, or shelter? How might you meet the needs of food, clothing, and shelter here? So, we're going to talk about what's the type of food. Do you think people grow food here, buy food, or trade food? What type of clothing do you think people need on their bodies to help keep them safe from the weather, the sun, the temperatures? And what type of shelter do you think people might live in here? Do you think people could go camping in the forest or on the mountains? Do you think they live in a house, a camper? Think in your brain what types of food. I bet some people here in this type of place could grow their own food. They also probably drive to the store to buy their food. Clothing I would wear here, I might wear a hat, maybe a sweater, maybe some sunglasses, maybe a coat. I definitely would wear my boots or my snow pants if I was going into the snowy area. And I bet a house would be a great type of shelter here from the different types of weather that we probably would see in this place. Next, I want you to think about what would your answers be? Are they different? Are they the same as mine? What types of needs do you think we would see here? Here's our next place. Oh, this looks warm and tropical. There's an ocean or a sea. There's a sandy beach. There's some beautiful trees. What might the weather be like here? Is it cold? Is it freezing cold? Is it warm? Is it hot? What types of plants and animals might be here? Think about what types of animals or sea life you might see. Maybe some starfish, dolphins, sharks, fish, maybe some crabs or turtles. There's some palm trees. Back in the distance, there's a big forested cliff, lots of trees. What else can you guess about this place? How might you meet the needs of food, shelter, and clothing here? I want you to think about, do you think people buy their food here, grow their food, or trade their food? What type of clothing might you wear if you're going swimming? Probably wear a swimsuit. Maybe you're in a t shirt and shorts if you're playing on the beach. What type of shelter would you need? A lot of people like air conditioning for their house to keep it cool when the weather's really warm. Probably wouldn't want to live in a tent. I'd probably want to be able to control the temperature in my shelter so that I could stay comfortable and keep my body safe. All right, let's see. Oh, here's our next picture. This is called a desert. You can tell because it's very dry. There's not a lot of plants or vegetation. You don't see rolling hills of green grass. I want you to think about, what do you think the weather's like here? I would say it's pretty warm. What type of plants and animals might be here? Think about what types of animals live out in a desert. I would say snakes, maybe some coyotes, maybe some different rodents like mice. What can you guess about this place? How might you meet the needs of food, shelter, and clothing here? It looks very dry, friends, so I don't think there'd be a lot of rain here. So it might be kind of difficult to grow your own food, but you could definitely drive and buy it. Clothing, I wouldn't want to wear anything heavy that would make my body hot or overheated. So I'd probably wear t shirts, shorts, flip flops. I'd probably want to wear sneakers to keep my feet safe, maybe a hat to protect my head, and shelter. Once again, I'd probably want to have a home that has air conditioning so that I can stay cool when the temperatures are really, really hot and hot. Here is our last picture. This is a picture of some snowy mountains, some ice, and some beautiful cold water. This is probably in Antarctica, maybe up north really far, maybe down south really far. Think about, what do you think you would use for food here? I know a lot of friends in Minnesota like to go ice fishing. There's probably be some great fish in the water. So what do you think you would eat? Do you think you would eat a banana or fish? Shout it out. Fish. What do you think you would wear? A t-shirt or a big heavy winter coat? A big coat. Where do you think you would live? Would you live in a home or would you live in a hut? Definitely the home. Good job, friends. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the different wants that we have. We've been talking a lot about different needs. You do not have an activity today, but I hope you've been thinking about where you live and what type of food you would need, what type of clothing you would need, and where you would live. Good job today, friends. I will see you tomorrow.